What is up, y'all? It is Mike and Nick here. We're a little bit late. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we're getting after it now. UFC Tampa. We're going to do the breakdown for the full card, talk about the fights, some picks we like, and we're going to get right into it. How you doing over there, Nick?
I'm tired, bro. Just got off of jiu-jitsu. Spent fucking 5 of 6 rounds getting my back taken and fucking damn near strangled. Holy fuck, I'm out of it. So yeah, man, we're doing this. I'm doing this from the car today because I didn't have time to go home. And it's my teammate's birthday, so we're going to get a little grub on with him. So yeah. How are you, Big Mike?
I'm doing all right. Watching one of the worst games of the year on football, NFL. Rams and Niners. It's absolutely terrible. So I'm happy to do this. I do not need to watch the last 7. I got it in the background, but I do not need to be watching that right now. No interest in the rest of this game. But yeah, I'm excited for this card. You want to hop right into it?
Let's fucking do it, bro.
Alrighty.
We're going to pick up the energy, y'all. I'm just fucking exhausted and hungry. So, plus my phone battery only has a very small, specific amount of time. So I'm going to bust out as many picks as I can before I die out of here. Quite literally.
Let's get it. All right, so we'll start off with the first fight of the night, women's strawweight bout between Josephine Knutson versus Piera Rodriguez. I'm going to go with Josephine. I think she's going to keep it standing. I think she's the better fighter. You know, there's a takedown threat, I guess, but Piera Rodriguez doesn't give me any reason to think she's going to outstrike Josephine Knutson. I think she's actually a pretty good prospect. So I'd probably be siding with a Josephine decision here.
I am with you on Josephine decision. I think Piera Rodriguez is good at outlasting people, but I think Knutson has the goods to be really good. I'm not saying that she's going to be like a future star or anything of that nature, but maybe in 4 or 5 years' time when she's, 30, 31 years old, she could become a true, well-rounded top 10 fighter. She has good striking, good at range. I believe that her grappling's getting better. Her cage wrestling's getting better. Piera's only way to victory is just to outlast her and out cardio her, but Knutson's giving me no reason to believe that she's not tough enough nor has good enough cardio to beat her ass from distance. And quite frankly, probably 30-27 her in my opinion. So on to the next one, big dog.
I agree. We got bantamweight bout between my boy Davey Grant and Ramon Taveras. What do you think about this one?
I think if this was 4 years ago, 2 years ago even, I would pick Davey Grant all day. Good performances against guys like Yanez and Daniel Marcos, really good young prospect. They love feeding this guy young prospect. Tavares is a good traditional boxer, not too heavy over his front foot, light on his back foot, solid 1-2 and a piston. He's chinny and he's hittable, and I'm questioning if Davey Grant gets his low kicks off and his awkward style off. Skill for skill-wise, I like Davey Grant, but purely based off age, youth, and who I think the UFC wants to win, I'm going to take Ramon Taveras. So far, these first 2 fights, I don't really want to bet on. I guess Knutson over 1.5 is a good DraftKings parlay. If I were to bet this, I would bet the dog Davey Grant because I don't think Tavares is good enough to put money on. What are the odds on this fight, actually? Because I don't know the odds.
Yeah, dude. Instinctually off rip, I wanted to, Ramon Taveras. He's a lot younger, but Davey Grant is good as fuck, and he's never been knocked out. Josephine Knutson's minus 238. On this fight, Davey Grant is actually sitting at minus 120 with Ramon Taveras at plus 100 and an over-under 2.5, minus 120, minus 110.
Yeah, I would take Tavares then in this case if it's dog money or even money on him. I thought Tavares would be like almost a 2-1 favorite. So actually give me Tavares, the younger fighter, good boxer, someone that's not 38 and on their way out, personally. Knutson at 238 is not a crazy line to me, but if you can make a parlay with her and over 1.5 to make her like minus 150 money, I would like that a lot more.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Ramon Taveras. And also just noting, a lot of people think that Taveras won, or not Taveras. A lot of people think Davey Grant beat
against Daniel Marcos. A lot of MMA decision holders do. I had an official bet on Daniel Marcos. So I wasn't mad at him winning, but let's be honest, he lost that fight.
Yeah, it was very close, and I'd be inclined to believe if Davey Grant finds himself in another very close decision, it's probably going to go to the younger fighter. Josephine Knutson in over 1.5 rounds is sitting at a whopping minus 220. Josephine Knutson over 2.5 is minus 195, bro.
Stupid and stupid. Wouldn't play either one of those. Moving on.
Terrible. Next fight, we
Terrible.
got this flyweight bout, Miranda Maverick and your favorite female fighter, Jamie Lynn Horth.
Oh my fucking god. It's literally musclehead, lack of fight IQ versus just a bad fighter. Give me musclehead, bad fight IQ, Miranda Maverick. What are
Yeah.
the odds on this first?
Take a random guess at what Miranda Maverick's line is.
If she's anything above a minus 200, she's too high.
Minus 600. You would think she dominates.
Give me my favorite female fighter, Jamie Lynn Horth.
Let's go, baby.
Give me Jamie Lynn Horth at plus 380. I'm assuming. Give me Jamie Lynn Horth. Fuck, what the fuck?
Oh, beautiful. Plus 400.
Oh fuck! Give me Jamie Lynn Horth, bro. Give me Jamie Lynn Horth. You know I gotta take a female dog at some point during the card. My boy got his Coke Zero. He's ready to go.
You got it in the diner cup. You already know
Yes,
how he's
sir.
coming. Next fight's actually kind of fire, but it is interesting because it is at featherweight. We have Miles Johns and our boy Felipe Lima.
One of our best dog calls of all is, in my opinion, one of my favorite dog calls of the year. We told everyone to go grab him when he was a plus 270, and before fight time, he was a plus 140, and he fucking smoked Naimov. Fucking smoked him. And he's going to fucking smoke Miles John. Miles John, who's hittable. Miles John, who is really a two-trick pony. Overhand right or blast double leg. Give me Felipe Lima all day. I really don't care what the line is. I like Felipe Lima and Felipe Lima by finish here. What is the line?
Okay, so beautiful. And that, yeah, Miles Johns is pretty durable typically, but he's also a bantamweight. Felipe Lima isn't the biggest featherweight, and he typically fights at bantamweight as well. Felipe Lima's line, although money line is sitting at minus 238, Felipe Lima inside the distance is plus 300. And I have a feeling.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I got a feeling.
Fucking beautiful. He's worth a parlay shot. I feel overly confident in him winning. But bro, that's beautiful. He's like my Luque pick last week. I'm way overly confident in him. Way over, like, skill for skill. He's the better fighter. Yeah, bro, give me him. This is actually the Luque Garembo fight, actually, when you break it down kind of skill for skill. You have someone that has more technical Muay Thai that can fight for 3 rounds. He has decent offensive grappling and a sick sub game, as compared to someone that has a blast overhand right and a blast double. This is literally Luque Garembo. Give me Lima all fucking day.
Yeah,
and it's a black dude versus a Brazilian.
And the plus side is that Felipe Lima has taken a lot less damage than Luque. So we're looking at not similar money line odds, but very similar finish odds.
Luque was up there with Max Holloway for the hammer spot of the year. It pisses me off.
Yeah, dude, I'm happy I turned on that one.
I had a sick parlay, bro. Listen to this real quick. I had Dooho Choi, Vicente Luque, and Liam Paro, who's a boxer. I cashed that parlay out $50 to win $387. I cashed it out. It would have only won $414. So I cashed out when Liam Paro was a minus 900 after 3 rounds. Fucking hedged myself, put $60 on Richard Hitchinson's at plus 400. So I got my cash out and then rode Hitchinson's to the victory line. It was it was a thing of beauty. And then I put that stupid ass $5 bonus bet on him by Darce, because it was like, bro, this is like a truly winnable line at 2,500. Like, what the fuck?
I know, that was a beautiful hit, dude.
So yeah, what's the next fight, big dog?
The next fight, we have another featherweight bout. And this one, I think the dog might be barking here. I got Sean Woodson against Fernando Padilla.
I like Fernando Padilla. 6 sub game, good front choke game. The same fucking size as Sean Woodson. Sniper of a backhand. I like Padilla without knowing the odds. Who's the underdog?
So it looks like some money's come in on Fernando Padilla. Not a lot, but enough to change the lines a little bit. Sean Woodson is minus 155 and Fernando Padilla at plus 130. And Sean Woodson lost by sub against Julian Erosa, if I'm not mistaken.
And Julian Erosa is really just a chinnier, less skilled version of Fernando Padilla. So,
bro, Fernando Padilla by sub is plus 650, and him at knockouts plus 500.
What's his just inside the distance?
It's probably not that far off from those two. So right here, Fernando Padilla inside the distance, it's plus 300, just like Felipe Lima.
So that's my already off rips, my favorite moneymaker parlay of the week.
Yeah, those two.
Padilla and Lima inside the distance parlay. That's like a plus 1,200. That's a fucking slapper.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I like Fernando Padilla here, man. I mean, I like Sean Woodson and I like his story, and he's like a cool, chill guy. I'm not a big fan of how he fights, and I've been fading him, and I've been losing, but I've been consistently picking against him.
It's crazy. He has a good ass UFC record, and he's so much better than like the Luis Saldana fight. Like I remember Luis Saldana fucking him up and then making the biggest bonehead decision ever and trying to walk away like he had 2 walk-off knockouts.
And he lost the point, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did lose the point. It's because he threw the knee when he was down.
Yeah,
I met Luis Saldana. I met Luis Saldana one time. Dude was kind of a dick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was acting like winning that Sean Woodson fight. Also, terrible fight IQ because he would have won. He easily had that fight.
Some of the lowest fight IQ, some of the lowest fight IQ I've ever seen. Like, I don't know, bro. This is why I always tell like MMA fans, like, you guys are weird dick riders, bro. Because half these fighters don't even like you, motherfuckers. Like, it was funny.
You never know them until you meet them, and even then,
I'll tell you what, like, Yair Rodriguez, the nicest motherfucker I've ever met, possibly ever. Like, I'm not even just saying that. Like, legitimately one of the nicest motherfuckers I've ever met. I broke the golden male rule of all time, and I talked to him in a urinal. I fucking never forget this shit. It was the first Robert Whittaker Izzy fight here at a Twin Peaks in Arizona, and I'm pissing, and I forgot who it was. I think it was Tai Tuivasa fighting. And I remember going like, oh, shit, and the dude next to me going like, damn. Like, he didn't say like that. Like, he sounded like some Mexican ass fool. And I look over, like, yeah, and it was fucking Yair Rodriguez. And I was like, Pantera? Like, and he like smiled at me like, what's up, fool? It was crazy. And then I felt like a douche because I'm talking to him at a pisser. So I scurry out of there after washing my hands. And then when he walks out of the bathroom, me and him give each other like a head nod. And he walked up to my table and it said what up to everybody, bro. It was dope as fuck. Like, I was like, damn. And his hands, bro, it blows me away because I have big ass hands. This motherfucker's hands are like, I can't get over it, bro. They felt like fucking stone maces shaking them. Like, getting punched by those things would kill a regular motherfucker. Like, I don't think people understand, bro. Getting punched by him would fucking hurt. Period.
Like, that's awesome, dude. That's a crazy story.
Big, dense motherfucker, taller than me. I could not believe he made 145. It blew me away. Because I told you how I saw Raul Rosas randomly at a Denny's 2 weeks ago here in Arizona in the fucking ghetto on Thomas and Grand Avenue at 2 a.m. Motherfucker's tiny. Crazy dimensions how a 10-pound gap makes. Crazy dimensions, bro.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's a nice story about Yair Rodriguez, man.
Yeah, I just really appreciated how humble and just cool motherfucker he was. Came up and said what up to everybody at the table. Did not have to do that shit. It was sick as fuck.
All right, let's go. Dude, I'm in the fantasy playoffs right now, and
bro, I have the first round bye in my fantasy playoffs. Let's fucking go.
We got 8 teams making it to the playoffs. I'm playing my roommate. He's the 7 seed. I'm the 2 seed, and Kai Ren and Juwan Jennings just put up miserable numbers. I'm so upset.
This game is fucking miserable in general.
I know this shit is chalked, bro. I need Juwan Jennings to get a Hail Mary touchdown here.
I wanted to get it. I fucking wanted to play the under, and I'm actually kind of bummed at myself that I didn't play the under. It was like at 49.5, one of the easiest plays of possibly all time. Over fucking 78% of the public's on the fucking over. Get the fuck out of here. That's like a lock at that point.
Should have just bet no touchdown score. I almost bet it at the half, but I was like, somebody's probably gonna score, bro.
Damn it! I bet DeMarcus Robinson first touchdown score, and I was hoping when we were doing this podcast, holy fuck, it's literally all field goals.
If you bet that on DraftKings, you should get your money back if there's no touchdown score.
I bet it on BetMGM. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a single fuck.
Only DraftKings does it because when you look at the touchdown score things, at least it used to be. I haven't bet on there in a while, but it used to have there was no touchdown score option. So if no one scores, you just get your bread back. All right. Well, either way, we're on to the next fight. That's Fernando Padilla inside the distance from me and Nick. Next fight is a kind of a banger. I mean, probably not going to end up being a banger, but in theory, we have a lightweight bout between Joel Alvarez and Drakkar Klose. For me, this is Joel Alvarez all day. Drakkar Klose is tough and he's pretty like skillful, I guess. He's a talented fighter. But my boy just says I bet the over tonight. Joel Alvarez is a killer, man. I think he has 21 or 22 wins and 19 of them are by submission. So instantly I'm going to check Joel Alvarez by submission over Drakkar Klose, plus 165, and by knockout, plus 275. I wonder what inside distance.
I don't like the inside the distance numbers at all. They're just a little bit high for me in terms of like the numbers themselves. So what's the inside the distance, like plus 120?
Minus 140. It's pretty much how he wins every fight inside the distance.
Honestly, bro, I would take Joel Alvarez. I wouldn't really bet this fight, but if I did, I'd take the long shot and take him by decision at this case. Drakkar Klose is older and beat up, but he's a pretty durable cat, bro. And he does one thing I have to give Drakkar Klose undeniable, bro. If it wasn't for all the surgeries and all the time off, has good fight IQ. Like he fights to a smart game plan, minus the Beneil Dariush fight. So, I wouldn't mind Joel Alvarez via decision in this case, personally.
I think that is plus 250 or something.
I would rather take the juice on the plus 250 or even maybe just play the over.
Or the knockout. I think the knockout might be sneaky, dude. I don't know. Either way, it should be an easy dub for Joel Alvarez. He's sitting at a minus 440. Joel Alvarez is a killer, and I feel like as long as there's no drastic weight cut issues, he should be able to get the job done against Drakkar Klose, who, yeah, like you said, is pretty filthy, honestly, but the activity has been unfortunate, obviously because of injuries. He's 36 years old now. It's a damn shame what they did to old Drakkar. But yeah, after that, we got another lightweight. You still there?
No, I'm here.
We got another lightweight bout.
Fuck. Sorry, I probably got about 2 more fights in me on my phone left, and then I got to get out of here.
Alrighty, let's get it. The main event of the prelim, or the main prelim, whatever you want to call it. God damn it. The featured prelim bout. We got Michael Johnson and Otman Azaitar, which is an interesting fight. 38 and 34. Both have power, both chinny. Michael Johnson is definitely the better fighter. Michael Johnson, in my opinion, I mean, he's a lot better than his record suggests. He's basically a 50-50 guy at this point, but when he's on point, he's very, very good.
I mean, he has some of the best wins in the division. Tony Ferguson sniped Khabib, gave Khabib his funniest snipe of all time. Dustin Poirier dub. Give me Michael Johnson here. I think I got to stop being so – it's going to be funny. I'm going to say this. He's going to get slept. I got to stop being so worried about fighters with quote-unquote chin issues and just start taking the better fighters. I think at the end of the day, that's what we have to do. Unless it's like a Jason Witt kind of style chin, like one of the worst chins we've seen. Give me Michael Johnson. Give me Michael Johnson not to get fucking flung on. I mean, he stayed away from Darius Flowers' power. Darius Flowers is a younger, more spry fighter than Ottoman, and he probably hits just as hard, if not harder. So give me Michael Johnson to keep his chin clear. What are you thinking?
I agree. He's just better. He's faster. He's more technically sound. Otman Azaitar does hit hard, but yeah. And he has good wrestling defense as well. So it's going to be a stand-up fight unless he wants to take it to the ground. I want to see what his knockout prop is just for shits and giggles. Michael Johnson by knockout is only plus 140. Decision is plus 275 though, which isn't terrible.
That's crazy to me. I think decision's a great play. Michael Johnson by decision is a great play.
Damn, we got a fat card. The main event has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 fights. Not bad though. All right, so we both got Michael Johnson, maybe by decision.
Just because I actually want to talk about the main event and co-main event, let's bust those 2 out so I can get out of here. Like, we're going to switch it up on y'all real quick. We're going to talk about the co-main and main event because my phone's about to die.
All right, so the co-main event, a featherweight bout between Cub Swanson and Billy Quarantillo. Bang.
I think Billy Quarantillo is going to finish Cub Swanson. I feel pretty decently confident about this. It's time for the out with the old, in with the new. Billy Quarantillo works the body and outworks people over a pace. I don't think Cub Swanson is the same guy, and he seems to gas out over a 3-round pace now too as well. Give me Quarantillo to finish him within rounds 2 or 3.
Ooh, that's a ballsy call. That could be a good FanDuel prop though. Knockout
What
rounds 2 or 3.
what's Billy Q's inside the distance prop for me?
Billy Q. Oh my golly. Billy Q inside the distance is dun, 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 plus 175.
God, that sucks,
That's
bro.
not very good.
That sucks, bro.
What is he
Not
in
even
money
a
line?
250 to 1. Fuck
He's only
me.
minus 148 on the money line.
Yeah, that's a good straight piece or a parlay piece. So I like Billy Q, and I like Billy Q a lot in this fight. What are you thinking?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I feel like I mean, of course, I want to pick Billy Q. I mean, the war of attrition style. Cub Swanson does hit hard. He looked good against Andre Feely, and Billy Q is younger, but he's not that young. He's 36 years old. I mean,
I
I
just don't
don't
think
take any.
Andre Feely is all that good, bro. Looking decent against Andre Feely, who I still think won that fight. Fucking, I don't, I don't think, I don't think looking that. I don't know, bro. I don't hold that win in very high regard, and I used to
I
love
mean,
Touchy Feely.
Andre Feely won, right?
Yeah, but
I mean,
a
but
lot of people were bitching about it, but I
it
think
was
he deserved to win
close,
the fight.
and
I
I
don't
don't
look,
take anything away from Billy Q from getting put down by Zalal. I mean,
bro,
Billy Q is good,
and he loses to good guys.
and he's fighting at home, bro. Isn't he? Isn't he a Tampa guy?
Is he a Tampa guy?
I think he is.
I thought he was a fucking New York Buffalo guy, but
Here, let me see.
maybe it's because he's a fucking Bills fan. So
He is a New York guy, but he may be fighting out of. Let me see. Billy Quarantillo. He's from New York. Where does he train out of?
I thought he like partially trains with the Cerro Longo team, but
I don't know why I thought he was fighting out of Florida. Who is the MMA fighter from Tampa? It says Billy Q. Yeah, he fights out of Tampa, Florida. So home field, yeah,
I
home
wonder if
field.
he trains with like.
Huh?
All right, let's get to the main event. Though. Wait. So who do you have? Wait a minute. Let me get your final prediction.
I don't know, bruh. I'm like, the odds are close. Over 2.5 is minus 154. I point spread for Cub Swanson is minus 140 for plus 3.5. So him to unanimously win one round. I guess home field advantage. I'm gonna go with Billy Q, but I am a little bit nervous, probably more nervous than I should be.
I don't feel that nervous. I think he gets it done inside the distance. I just think the number on the inside the distance is ugly as fuck.
Yeah, it's not great for what I would have thought that it would be, but I guess he is the type to go out and finish a fight, especially a 41-year-old Cub Swanson. All right. Well, we're both on Billy Q. Me a little bit more hesitantly. Nick thinks he's going to get the finish, and I'm starting to get swayed that direction. For the main event, we got a welterweight showdown between Colby Chaos Covington and Joaquin Buckley. Who do you got here?
I think you know who I got here.
The second you said that, I felt like I knew, and then you said that. And now I'm like, am I tripping?
How do I not play the number I'm giving? A guy that's only lost to champions.
That's what I thought.
A guy that I know has 5-round cardio, even if his style's not fun or good to watch. A guy that isn't really chinny. He got his jaw broken to get finished. Give me Colby Covington at almost. This is the one odds I do know. At almost 250 to 1 odds, plus 250. Give me Colby Covington all fucking day. He's gonna drown Joaquin Buckley. He'll win 2 rounds, 4 and 5 for sure. The question is, does he win round 3? And I think he fucking does. Give me Colby Covington by some lame ass decision, maybe even a drowning him, breaking him, and finishing him by the 5th round. He's gonna Tyrone Woodley his ass. Give me Colby Covington.
Yeah, so that's what I've been battling with that. Like, Joaquin Buckley hasn't necessarily fought any great wrestlers. Nazardine Imavov is good at wrestling, but that was mostly a stand-up fight. Albert Duraev, he whooped, but he's not the same level as Colby. He's not very good. And then his
Duraev
welterweight
also
run,
gasses after 6 minutes of fighting. He's a
and
gas bag.
Joaquin Buckley's welterweight run has been mostly comprised of strikers and pretty much all strikers. And it is worrisome. I feel like
Wonder
Colby
Boy,
definitely has,
Nasserteen, all these
yeah.
fools that are just going to stand and try to snipe.
Colby certainly has a path to victory, and him at plus 2 right now he's plus 215 via DraftKings. He definitely has a path to victory. I feel like he has a pretty solid path to victory, but at the same time, Joaquin Buckley is primed. He's ready to go. I feel like it's a hard fight for me. I mean, I definitely don't agree with the odds, but I feel like there's a chance we see Joaquin Buckley finish Colby, even though he's only been finished, like you said, by Kamaru Usman via jaw break and
I
round
think
5.
I think that could happen. Well, I think what we could see here is if you feel that way, you could do Joaquin Buckley inside the distance, probably at plus money, and then you hedge it with Colby Covington 3, 4, and 5 or decision. Or you just bet
Wow.
Colby Covington live. Because I think Joaquin Buckley probably wins the first round, but I think that's where we see Colby Covington start to use this cardio pressure and hopefully cage wrestling at that point. So, I don't understand the odds. In the end of the day, I have to play the number here.
Crazy. Joaquin Buckley inside the distance is only plus 130, which is
That's
nutty.
not even worth playing to me. God, this card kind of sucks for betting.
Yeah.
It's not like last week's card where it was a gold mine. This card sucks ass for betting.
Yeah, there's definitely, I mean, in the middle, from what we didn't explain, even there's not the greatest selection of fights. We only skipped over 1, 2, 3. How many fights did we skip over? Yeah, we only skipped over 4 fights, but those ones aren't great either.
Well, you still can break them down. I just got to get out of here. My phone's on like 6%.
Oh, no, 100%. I'll go over them real quick too, but even there's not that many great betting lines.
What are the real quick rattle off the fights for me. I just want to see if there's any quick things I want to say.
Sorry, what was that?
Rattle off the 4 fights that we missed real quick for me.
Oh, to open up the main card, we got light heavyweight Navajo Sterling and Tuco Tokos. Bantamweight bout between Adrian Yanez and Daniel Marcos. Light heavyweight bout.
I like Marcos.
Yeah. That's a tough one, bro.
I think Yanez is overrated. I don't think he has great boxing like everyone talks about. People don't watch actual boxing. People watch MMA and see good. People don't watch boxing, and I'm going to stand by that statement. Yanez has 0 head movement, and he moves back in a straight line. 2 crazy defensive sins in boxing. Daniel Marcos can low calf kick, has good body punching, and he can actually box. I like Daniel Marcos in that one.
Yeah, Daniel Marcos is
I feel decently confident about it too.
He's minus 238. Daniel Marcos.
Untouchable line. Not that confident.
Yeah, but one thing that sticks out is Adrian Yanez plus 3.5 if he unanimously wins 1 round. That honestly, is minus 1.
Yanez at plus 150 or more, I would just take his money line. Honestly.
That's why I was kind of feeling him, because I feel like it's not as – I mean, I don't think Daniel Marcos is that amazing either, honestly. And Yanez is at a 2-1 favor right now, plus 195. So that's something that's interesting for me.
Yeah, I would take him at the 2-1 dog. And then what are the last 2 fights?
Vitor Petrino and Dustin Jacoby, and then Manel Kopp and Bruno Silva.
Bruno Silva is worth a dog shot to me. Manel Kopp isn't active enough, doesn't do enough, nor does it seem like he wants to win enough ever. There's never been a fight that Manel Kopp has blown me away on, except for chinny, super finishable Ode Osborne. So I'll end on that note. I like Bruno Silva as a dog. Don't give a shit about the Petrino-Dustin Jacoby fight. It's a setup fight for Petrino. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Mike, you're the fucking man. I would love for you to go out and finish up your thoughts. Sorry I have to get out of here so quickly, y'all. It will be better next week. Peace.
Oh yeah, next week we don't have any UFC, but we could still do lives.
We'll still do lives, and we'll talk about some PFL Bellator shit coming up if there is.
Yeah, PFL. We could talk about matchups to make, title, whatever, all that. And Nick's phone died. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna pick up where we left off. We kind of jumped out right around the beginning of the main card. So for the main card, I got a light heavyweight bout between Navajo Sterling and Tuco Tokos. I'm gonna go with Navajo Sterling here. He's a big favorite for a reason. Striker fighting out of City Kickboxing. I feel like they're giving him a nice setup fight for a debut in the UFC, coming off of Dana White's Contender Series. Navajo Sterling, oh wow, minus 750 favorite. So what I'm thinking here, now if we're looking at the odds, Navajo Sterling is minus 185 by knockout. That's crazy. All right, this fight's untouchable, but I'm going to go with clear-cut winner, Navajo Sterling. He's getting a setup fight, boost his name on the last card of the year to start him off 1-0 in the UFC. After that, we just talked about this, Adrian Yanez and Daniel Marcos. Like I said, Daniel Marcos, I feel like he's not. I expected, and who am I? Who am I, right? But I was expecting a little bit more from him. He has looked good so far in his career, but his fight against Davy Grant's a tricky vet. At the time, I believe he was like 37 years old. A lot of people think Davy Grant won that fight. I had, like Nick said, I also had a bet on Marcos, so I was not upset about the decision. But Daniel Marcos minus 240 against Adrian Yanez, who's coming off of the win against Vinicius. What's his name? The guy with the Ronaldo haircut. For some reason, I'm not remembering his name. It's not Vinicius Oliveira. What the heck is that dude's name? I don't know. He just knocked out a Brazilian, and it was pretty flashy. I'm going to go with Adrian Yanez here, honestly. And if not, plus 3.5 is sitting at minus 125, which means he needs to unanimously win one round or win by split decision or outright just win the fight. So as long as you get straight 29-28s, plus 3.5 spread cashes. Next fight, I got Vitor Petrino, Dustin Jacoby. Vitor Petrino is sitting at a minus 340, and I am led to believe that Petrino is going to be able to win this fight. Mostly, in my opinion, if I was going to take a guess, Vitor Petrino is probably going to be able to get this fight to the ground, and that's where I think he's going to do his best work. Of course, he could catch him on the feet. He has thudding power, but Dustin Jacoby's kind of crafty on the feet. Vitor Petrino inside the distance is minus 125. I'm inclined to think that he can finish an older Jacoby in this bad stylistic matchup for him. Vitor Petrino only has one submission on his record, and that came against Marcin Prachniow, if I'm not mistaken. And looking at the odds, knockout is plus 110. Vitor Petrino by submission is plus 550. So if I was looking to donate some money, a little 10, a little 25 on the submission prop, $25 on that will win you 162.50. Probably save your money on this one. I feel like Vitor Petrino is a good parlay piece, though. I feel like he wins minus 340. It's a bit steep, but I don't see Dustin Jacoby knocking him out. And then the next fight, we got Manel Kape and Bruno Silva. Manel Kape should win here. And, with the landscape of the flyweight division right now, it's kind of a must win for Manel Kape because who's going to be next? I mean, for me, clear-cut contender at flyweight right now is Kai Kara-France. But other than that, I mean, Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno, Kyle Sakura just lost. Pantoja's just kind of running through the contenders of the division. Amir Albazi just lost. So if Manel Kape can go out there and make a statement and get a nice highlight reel finish against Bruno Silva, he could, jumpstart himself up into that title contention and potentially find himself next after Kai Kara, or you never know what happens. He could get some spectacular finish, and then they say, you know what, Manel Kape, you're next in line. We're going to do Kai Kara-France dirty again. We're going to give a different guy named Kai the title shot who doesn't deserve it. And look, he went out there and got smoked. But, who am I? I think Kai Kara-France beats Pantoja, but that's neither here nor there. I think Manel Kape needs to get it done in convincing fashion tonight against Bruno Silva, this Saturday against Bruno Silva. And, if he doesn't, if he goes out there and wins a decision, I feel like that's very bad. And especially if he loses. Bruno Silva is a plus 310 favorite. Nick says it's worth a sprinkle. I'd be inclined to agree. I just feel like he's not necessarily better anywhere. He might be a better grappler. I don't know. I don't think he's a better striker. Does he have more power? Maybe. He was getting his ass kicked by Cody Durden before the knockout. Yeah, I'm going to go with Manel Kape tentatively. He's a minus 395 favorite. I'm not necessarily a big – is this a 5-round fight? Some of the odds on DraftKings are messed up. Or they're lining the spreads differently. That's really weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. And then I'll just go over Cub Swanson and Billy Q again. Something's telling me Cub Swanson's live here. Plus 124 underdog. I got to go with Billy Q, but I feel like Cub Swanson, for his age, is still fighting pretty well. I do think Andre Fili is decent. He's fast. He's good striking. And Billy Q, he's a war of attrition, pressure forward, drown you type of fighter. And we're going to see. I think that's going to be fight of the night, honestly. So I'm excited for that one regardless. Billy Q, got to be the pick. And then Colby Covington and Joaquin Buckley is a much closer fight than the odds are suggesting here. I got to rock with Buckley. I feel like he's going to get it done inside the distance. Maybe a sneaky prop could be Joaquin Buckley by decision. But I feel like if this fight gets dragged into rounds 4 and 5, that's where Colby's going to excel. So I'm pretty torn on this one. I'm going to go with Joaquin Buckley at minus 265, but I would not be surprised if Colby Covington came out and made not a statement, but gets a win against a young contender, because he's been refusing to do so for a little while now. As he was holding out for the Usman title shots, now he was holding out until he got the Leon Edwards fight. Who the hell did he even beat in between there? Jorge Masvidal, an old Jorge Masvidal, took him to a decision. Yeah, Colby Covington could get it done, but I'm going to rock with the young blood. I'm going to rock with the new blood. Joaquin Buckley is going to inch closer towards a title shot here with this victory at UFC Tampa. I'm super excited about the fights. Sorry, everything came together super late. Anybody who's watching, we had a couple technical difficulties earlier today, so we weren't able to start on time. And obviously, this is the last card of the year, which makes me super sad. But we're going to try to continue, figure out content to make, whether it's like matchups to make or like who's going to be the champion at the end of 2025, like different future props for UFC in terms of a betting standpoint. We'll see what we can do here in the off weeks coming up. I know I'm going to be depressed with no UFC, but we still got boxing. We still got PFL, one, whatever. We're going to look into it. We're going to find stuff to talk about, and we're going to keep it going like usual. So anybody who was watching tonight, much love, and we'll be back here soon. We're going to be continuing the train, even though UFC is over for the year. Everybody remember, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. This is my Twitter right here, but follow Combat Sports Today on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, tell your friends. We are here dropping heat on a daily basis. Hello, I'm new here. Greetings from Mexico City. What is up, Samir? I was literally just finishing up and you hopped in. We had to finish early today, Samir, but make sure you throw a subscription down or throw a sub down for YouTube. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Combat Sports Today, up and coming. We got all the news on all things combat sports, and we're doing it day in and day out, trying to drop everything for fans of all combat sports. So, Samir, if you want to, go give us a follow on Twitter and get ready for a bunch of content about a bunch of combat sports you may not be familiar with yet. With that being said, I'm about to hop off for the night, and no Diddy, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see y'all soon.